Yes. Hello, hello. Let's go. When it said, "Are you ready?" I said, "Yes. Yes, I am. I am ready." I'm so excited to be here tonight. It has been a very, very long time. For some of you all who may not know, I'm going to go ahead and touch a few things. And while I'm touching here and touching there and doing a few things, this is a new system for me. So I'm also going to be just kind of paying a little bit of attention to a few things. So bear with me. All right. Yeah. Wonderful. Bear with me while I do a few things. And in the meantime, I'm also waiting on our guest of the evening as well. And Natasha is going to be joining us in just a moment. But I am excited to be here because, like I said, it's been a while. I recently took a leave of absence because I had a baby girl, for those of you all who may know. And I am going to tell you that it has been a ride and a journey. And click link. And through this journey, I did not know that outside of having my little girl, that there was this whole other world that I did not know about. Motherhood was this whole other space and place that I did not know about. Motherhood, space, place, time, existence. It, motherhood threw me. Motherhood threw me, and I am telling you that I am grateful for all the tools that I have, all the things that I have in place so that I could take care of myself because I needed to be able to take care of myself. And let's see where my guest is. I want to do that. There we go. And let's see if there's something I need to do. Bear with me. My guest. Let's shift it. Okay. Two people. Two people. Give us a few moments to get it. Yeah. Hmm. This is awesome. I am sharing and I'm trying. Hmm. Hmm. Let me see. Let me see what happens. Okay. She says that she's trying to share. Let's see. All right. Copy. All right. I'm going to share it with you again. Here we go. Try this one. Try this one. Maybe I sent her the wrong one. Mm-hmm. Oh, and while she's doing that, I am keep pushing my buttons. All right. Mm-hmm. Let's see what happens. And you know what? I'm gonna also see if I can press it. What happens when I press the button? Allow. Ah, this one. And allow access. All right. Okay. Good, good, good. Okay. She is coming along, and I am just sharing this out. I am. Whew, This is it. I am over the moon because this new space where I'm a mom, I honestly thought this is how I know. Look, this is how I know that I am a literal person. Uh-oh, I've got a makeup issue. Hold on one second. That I'm a literal person sometimes. And let's turn my light down a little. Let's fix that light. And let's fix my makeup issue because we won't have that. Go. And we are coming along. Oh, I probably should not have did that. All right. Well, we're gonna fix that one day. I guess I'll have my own makeup artist to make sure that my makeup is perfect when the time comes. What's happening? Let's check with her and see what's happening. What's happening? And let's see if I need to do anything. Give me one more second. Hmm. Mm. Mm. How will I share it to Chrome? Open in Chrome. And you may need to open it in Chrome. Mhm. Hmm. All right, let's try that. Let's see what happens. Uh, okay, yes. Oh, I see you. Okay, I'm going to leave. I see you. So awesome. And I could hear me too. Now let's see what I do next because I don't know. I don't even know. Okay, now let's see if I can hear you. Ah, and I think I'm getting sound in a second.
Yeah. Are we there?
Yes, I am. I'm here.
Okay. Like I'm so lost. I had to come upstairs to get my son to help me.
No, no, you are fine. Listen, this is the second time I ever used this, and yesterday evening was the first. I have no idea how to do it. The only thing that I know is that I needed to do it. It needed to be done, and I needed to figure out how to do this. So let me
Well,
just
well, listen. I was like, please help me. Just say I don't know what I'm doing.
okay, let me see if I can get us both on the screen.
So if you lose me, just like let me know what I need to do. I'm
All
going back
right,
outside.
all right. I'm gonna see if I can get us both on the screen. I don't know how yet. Bear with me. Mm, I don't. No. Okay. I don't know why it keeps going to that. Ah, we're finally on the screen together. I think I got it. Stop pressing so many buttons and wait a second and give us a second to for it all to work out. Mm-hmm. And give us a second to for it all to work out. All right, all right. Perfect. All right. right. Okay. All right. So she's coming back on. So you give us a moment. And while we're doing that, so I know a lot of my following are mothers, wives, and I know that you all have had an experience that I have never been able to understand. And to get to a place where now I have an understanding and now I am overwhelmed with a whole new space in life that I need to learn and I need to get familiar with, it has been scary. And I am grateful to finally get on the other side of scary. Up, and I think I can hear you, Tasha.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yay.
All right, now I'm going to wait a second and see if the technology catches up first.
Take your time because I'm just outside enjoying being outside away from kids.
Ah, yeah, that part. That part. That's exactly what I was just talking about. How that space where, I mean, I know I really, 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 truly could not wait to be a mom, but also that same space where, oh my, oh my fucking God, like what the
It's overwhelming.
is this ghetto ass shit? I'm so sorry. I'm so
No, it's very overwhelming, and I realized like I did it at a young age, and I still have to allow myself to be like, "Oh, it's okay. You were like 16 when you were a mom."
man.
So I still like, "Hey."
I don't I don't know. I don't I don't I don't know what this nonsense is. What I do know is that it
It's fun.
shifted. It is beautiful. It's the best, greatest, most miserable, heartwarming, most exciting, most death-defying thing I have ever done, you know?
Well, I told you you're gonna be like in the heart attack phase now because they're gonna jump off of everything, and you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, oh my god."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And today all she wanted to do was jump off of things. So that's just where we were. And I just let her jump off of things. I've got it set up for her so she can jump off of things. So, let's get it.
Well, I admire you because at least you have a safe like environment for it. Because most of the time we just be like, "Oh, please don't fall,
You
don't
know
hit the
what?
corner."
And that's what I wanted to prevent. I wanted to not be like running after her like she was about to die because that's what was happening. It was like
Yeah,
it's horrible. Now I gotta
yeah.
figure something out. So we've got
Okay,
one slight problem. Give me 1 second to figure out.
so take. I'm not going anywhere. I'm
All
just
right.
outside.
Show split screen. Uh, let me just press a different button just to see. Video. That is.
I've missed you. I was gonna try to get to North Carolina. You're on my bucket.
I
You're on my
miss
bucket
you
list.
too. I've missed. And if you come down here, honey, we are going to have a
Oh,
whole
I'm
entire
coming.
extravaganza.
I'm coming. It's just whether I'm bringing the kids or I'm coming solo is where the thing is. I want them to meet their little Livy,
Well,
but
listen, you can do
but
it
we're doing
either way.
it.
If you
So
bring those kids, we'll
I did, but I wanted this. I wanted like do this thing first because I was like, I want this little quantum leap thing. So this was just like in line in the stars because I needed this too. So I'm
yes,
great. And they were
yes,
like, who wants
yes.
to do it? Don't even have to ask me, me.
Oh, and that is the best part about being in relationship with people who are willing to have these conversations. When I first started, all of this work, I was like 28 years old, and nobody was having the conversation about taking care of your internal self. In fact, they kind of teased me a lot about reading all these freaking self-help books. Um, and so that space where I felt insecure about taking care of myself publicly, now it's a
No
thing.
thing. Now it's like, oh, everybody wants to do it.
Okay, I'm 42. I've been here since I was 28. And
42, you look like 25.
think that, think that, think that, thank God, thank
Black don't
God.
crack.
Listen, this new space where I'm having to learn how to unlearn my trauma, unlearn my coping mechanisms that have kept me safe my whole life, but are not safe for my little one.
Yeah, that's where I'm at now too, because I have two little girls that I'm just like, I can be like protective all of I want, but it's not helping them because me having like that shield up all the time doesn't help them, because that then I don't let them in. So I don't want to be like protective and be like in survivor mode all the time.
All the time. And in order to not be in survival mode, that means you have to feel safe. And
Yeah.
at that point, that is where this show is going to start. We're going to pause for a second because that is exactly why you're here. As a matter of fact,
Yay.
it is you are here so that you can learn how to feel safe in your own skin. Okay? I'm going to press these buttons. In your own skin safe. Oops. I hope they let me because I'm going to just press the buttons and see what happens. Because at the end of the day, this is about so much more than I originally started out in the world. When I started out, I was a life coach, and then I went back to college, and then I got certified in a lot of things, and then I started helping the people around me behind closed doors. And today is the very first time that I feel safe enough to combine marketing, which is what I do and what I do well. And that's what I went to school for, and also combining what I fell in love with and what saved my life. And that is the spiritual part of me that has allowed me to heal from some of the most dangerous things that a person can ever endure. And I know that because my ACEs test tells me every time I take it. So, with that being said, we're going to get started today. And for us to get started, we're going to ask you to just drop down in space with us, okay? I'm going to ask you to take a few deep breaths, and I need to take a few deep breaths as well first because I'm a little nervous today. And if you can just breathe in and then hold for a second at the top and then breathe out. You can hear those birds chirping. Mhm. One more, Octavia, for the wiggles. I've never been in space live before. This is a first. I have done many things, but this is a first. So I'm really excited to be here today. And I want to welcome, I'm going to have to move a few things. Let's get it started. I want to welcome you to the Quantum Path to Feel, Heal, and Grow Rich. Now, in this empowering season, we are dedicated to strengthening influential women, enabling them to build empires, rewrite their stories, and embody abundance. I am Octavia Harris, also known as the Goal-Diggin Goddess or the Six-Figure Goddess, and I'm your trauma-informed marketing, branding, and storytelling consultant and coach. I am a consultant in which I do solve problems, but I also coach as well because I can guide you there too. And so today, as a consultant, I specialize in assisting small owners in developing the five foundational systems that essentially are for transitioning their businesses into a six-figure enterprise. I need to move a few things. We do that through our coaching, our community support, our back end creation, courses, content creation, and we lay a solid foundation for your success. And today I'm asking you to join us on this transformative journey as we create a healing circle for women in business. Together, we help small business owners turn their mess into a powerful message, leveraging the power of storytelling marketing, quantum human design, the quantum alignment system with EFT, and anything else that is going to encourage our growth. We're going to be tapping in to your unique story and your design, and we're going to propel your business growth, shape your narrative, and embody prosperity. I want to get ready to align your authentic self and unlock freedom, financial freedom, emotional freedom, sexual freedom, and seize the abundant fortune that awaits you. Let's unleash your entrepreneurial spirit and pave our way to this lasting success that is going to be your next best step. I would love for us to take a moment now and welcome our guest. And I could tell you a million things about how this woman has saved my life, how her believing in me changed the trajectory of everything I've ever done. And she has always been the first person at every event that meant anything powerful to me, every single time, because this connection was something that was sent to us and has been a blessing, whether it is words of encouragement, her listening, or hearing. She's been just an amazing part of my journey, and I'm so grateful to have her here today. Her name is Natasha Tate, and I'm just going to allow her to just take the whole screen, okay? Share with us, if you will, a little bit about yourself and your story.
Well, I just like yin to my yang. There's a people in life that you meet, and you've definitely been like the other part. So been a single mom since I was at 16, and Octavia for one just gave me a voice, and always been just like this strong force in my life that I was like, I knew that there was a reason why I met her and why she's been in my life. And it was just always comfortable for me to share my story with her because she was just like, so what happens then? And why did you do this then? And when she asked me like the questions that I always wanted somebody to ask me and I gave her real answers, like she's always showed up for me. And so I've opened up my heart, and every time that I do, whenever she asks me to be there, I'm like, yes, please. Can I be there? Can I show up for her? Because I know that whatever she has, that it unlocks something that I know is a greater power in me. And I know that it gives me something more to give to my boys and to my kids. So, when she was like, can you show up and do this? Absolutely. Like I want to figure out why I am the way that I am, but I know that she's just always been like this main force of why 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 do certain things happen? She's been there. So I just love her for being there and showing up for me and giving me the strength to be there for my kids and just the best parts of me. So
I
back to
love it.
you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I don't know why it does this all the time. Ah, not doing both screens. But in the meantime, I'm to both screens. But I appreciate you being here. Every single time it has been just a masterful moment for me. And it's always made me realize like, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I am supposed to be doing. Like, I remember so many people saying, you go to college for what you don't want to do. And I was like, there's no way. I'm gonna I'm gonna sit on this thing. I'm gonna wait, figure it out. I'm gonna know exactly what I'm going to college for. I got it. I'm figure it out. Well, honey, I mean, do you know that God is good because I was able to figure out how to incorporate this amazing thing that we are about to do with marketing. And let me tell you something, I had to have help to figure out like how do you put these two things together and and make them work magically. But what's happened is it never worked. And when I say it never worked, it never worked. It never worked. I couldn't ever get it to work. And then I had Livy, and it all made sense. I had her and it all clicked. It finally was like, oh, this, my friend, is supposed to be like this. And the reason why you didn't know this was because this happened. Uh-huh. Give me a second, because I don't know why this is doing it again. It's not letting me share both
Go ahead.
screens.
Go.
And now I've got a marketplace where we've got to do edit.
Love you too. Thank you.
There we go. No. Oh, hey, darling.
Hi.
Oh, how are you? Oh, she's so perfect and precious. It's she's every reason why you get up every day and do everything that you do.
Yeah, we see your leg. All right, go back. All
What
right, y'all.
happened to what happened to her leg?
Maya.
I jumped off a bouncy house and didn't bounce.
That is the most live explanation ever. Yes, yes, you did. Yes, you did. She said, I bounced off
She
a bouncy house that didn't bounce. Yeah, that's it. That's it right there.
also did not bounce.
I love it. I love it. All right. So the reason why you are here today is I want to know if there is a way for me to also mute you. That's the only thing I don't see. I
Yeah,
don't
you can.
see a button. Do you have mute? Ah, I don't have a mute for you. Okay. All right. There we go. And I'm going to get you to mute for just a moment. Okay. So one of the reasons why we are here today is after spending 4 or so years as a business consultant and coaching, I came to this profound realization about my clients. And I noticed that many of them kept exhibiting traits that I once referred to a time in my life as like my procrastination phase. It was a period in my life where I constantly self sabotaged my progress and my financial well being. And these clients seemed to be like in this state of stagnation. And I struggled to help them because their emotions, they were immobilizing them. And despite giving them the necessary business tools to move them forward, I encountered like some significant resistance. Like nothing that we did would propel their business. And it became evident that they were trapped inside of this space where past, present, or future fears were undermining their effectiveness. And through my reach and my research and talking to people, I uncovered this unintended pause stem from unresolved emotions, trauma, and grief that became lodged into their bodies, like perpetuating this detrimental narrative where they couldn't move sometimes. If you've ever been in that space where you know you need to move and do the thing, but you can't, I want you to know that that is not procrastination. I want you right now to know that's not procrastination. That is your body going through something physically that it needs to be able to get out of. You are in fight or flight. You could be, there are a couple of different labels that it could be. So I don't want to tell you what it could be. I just want to know, I want you to know that your body is in this space that it needs to get to a place that one of my transformative, powerful thing that she called quantum human design. And I was like, I've spent thousands of dollars on college, thousands of dollars on coaching, thousands of dollars on the Les Brown Institute, on so many different certifications because I never felt ready. I did not want to learn anything else, but I'm going to check it out for myself. So I started to check it out and I realized that that may have been the thing that I realized that until my clients were ready to be capable of confronting the emotional challenges that kept them stagnant and stuck, I couldn't facilitate the necessary changes in their business. And so I went from using human design in my regular life and my relationships to implementing it in my business, which transitioned into 4 years 4 years of training. And this is the first time that I've actually gone live about human design because I am that person who wants to learn everything before I talk about it. And it's just not possible. So I finally today I'm taking that with you. And I'm excited that we're all here together. Now, this revolution, this prompted this shift, this profound shift in my approach. It led me to prioritizing the integration of emotional healing and personal growth alongside business development. And now I'm armed with quantum human design and this deep understanding of the intricate connections between emotions and business success. And I'm committed to guiding entrepreneurs on this journey to break free from emotional barriers because it's time for us to rewrite their stories and unleash their powerful potential. Because when we have representation, that's when we get to the next place. So, together, we're going to conquer these challenges that have kept them stagnant and propelled them toward and propel us all toward this growth and fulfillment that I know that we all want. I know that whether it is a side hustle, whether that it is a goal, whether you want to write, whether you want to have your own podcast, no matter what it is that you want to do, whether you simply just want to sit and be without guilt, whether you want to mom freely without giving a fuck about what these motherfuckers feel. I said what I said. If that's what you want, I'd like to welcome you to this space because in this sacred space, you can be who you want to be and you can also be still. And we're going to drop into the depths now. Going to take another deep breath. We're going to drop into the depths and we're going to guide and be guided by the rhythm of our breaths. Here, we're going to protect and honor this profound sanctuary that allows us to see what needs to be seen, drawing from our wisdom of the connection with our ancestral spirits and invoking the power of our own higher powers. Whatever that higher power is for you, that's where I want you to be today. In this timeless realm, we're going to embark on a transformative journey of self discovery and healing. Ashe. Today, I want to welcome our guest and my co host, Natasha Tate. And Tasha, I want to just start by asking you, how are you doing? And let's see if I can get her back on the. There you go. And we should be both on the screen in a sec. There we go. I love the birds chirping in the background. And give us a moment. She's got her little ones with her, and she's got a few little ones. So we'll make sure we're giving her grace. Oh, yes. Okay. It's so awesome. All right. All right. I wanted to be able to see your comments and have everything up and ready. And while she is coming back, oh, we got everything? Yes. Just want to share this out. And if you are here, please make sure to share this out. Thank you so much for sharing it. Mhm. I never did that before. All right. Oh, look at that. Oh, this is so. Okay, Tasha, can you hear me good?
Yes. Can you hear me?
All right. Oh, yes. So let's just start with how is your day going?
My day is busy but great. I'm blessed and I have health. But busy.
Busy.
Like I just had to run. Phone doesn't go dead. So and I take care of my 88 and my aunt kids. So other than that, everybody's good.
And how many children do you have? Remind me how many kids you have?
I have four boys. My oldest is 23, and my second son is 19. And then my daughter, she's 7, and my youngest.
Okay. All right. So, how many people in total are you taking care of?
7. And
That's
then I
good.
just added a puppy.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So basically, we're taking care of an entire community of people, right? All by your little lonesome, right?
All 110 of me. Yeah, a buck soaking wet. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just making sure that's where we are. All right. Okay. All right. That's where we are. All right. And that is where we all are. And I think that that's why we're here today because where we all are exhausted.
Is that what it
And
sounds like? You could say. Yeah.
we're
No,
there.
no,
But
not
there's this
right now.
internal exhaustion too, where if we felt better on the inside, it would feel easier to take care of everyone. Right?
Yeah,
Right, right. So,
making sure everything's sharp so I don't go dead.
oh no, no problem. Take your time. The emotional roller coaster of it all has been the most challenging part in motherhood. Um, and at first, I couldn't figure out whether it was just me. And so then I started having different conversations with moms. And what I'd like to know today is what emotions have you been experiencing lately that maybe have felt overwhelming for you?
Mine is just feeling like just not enough. Like you're not doing those, and then you have like to give to like your kids. Like you're trying to make sure that it's done right because there's so much like with food, and then you have to figure out like what they're watching on the internet. So I feel like you're always trying to
Repeat that last sentence again.
always feel like I feel like I'm being monitored like enough to like that I'm doing like my daughter. I don't want she's 7, so I don't want her to like get negatively influenced on the internet. So, like I have to make sure like she watches too much TikTok, watching too much, um, and then I have to make sure that it's not we're like messing up her mental health. Um, and then you have to always about because there's so much going in the food now. So you have to make sure they eating like healthy. Like there's so much that one mom worries about day to day that maybe I don't I'm not saying like that other people don't worry about, but I feel like that is worry about.
I think you may be moving from your internet connection.
Computer time or whatever technology time.
Yeah. Yeah. Every single day, I find a new thing
Cost.
to add to my list of things that I need to worry about for her, you know?
Post.
Hmm. Can you still hear me good now? Can you hear
Hello,
me good
hello.
now? Can you hear me good now?
Stop
Ah,
doing something.
heard it. She's gonna come right back. Hmm. In the meantime, this space where we are all thinking about whether we are enough, whether we're doing enough, whether we're giving enough, whether we're being enough. Never in my adult life did I have this space where I felt like I wasn't doing or being enough until I became a mom, because there were so many unspoken expectations, so many responsibilities. Like, I always knew I'd have to feed someone 5 times a day. You know that. That's something that you know, but it's the emotional labor of it. It's the back and forth of it. It's this space where every single moment of your day can be filled with questions and concerns about other people and how you're taking care of them and whether you're showing up and whether you're doing a good job. And there's so many parts of that that just feel so unwavering. And I never knew that it could be so overwhelmingly powerful. Like, the overwhelm was so much for me. And if I didn't have these tools, especially the quantum alignment system, where we're going to get the opportunity today to tap into some of these feelings, I think without having that space for myself, I think if I did not have that, as well as, a tribe and ways to take care of myself, and knowing that I needed to make sure that I was eating well and things were doing well. Oh, let's see. Hey, Kirsta, I am waiting for a person to come back. Let me make sure that all is well. As well. But there's this space where I did not feel like I was ever doing a good enough job. I did not feel like I was doing a good enough job. And it happened fast, like day 4. I was like, I don't know whether I'm doing a good job. I'm not sure whether I'm doing a good job. And it became this constant voice that I had to pay attention to because I realized that this voice was ruining my day. This, am I enough? Did I do enough? And Tasha, do you have something that you can lean your phone on?
Huh?
Do you have something that you can lean your phone on?
Yes.
No.
Hold on, let me move this way. Like I just had to move. I'm outside so I can get like a piece of.
Absolutely. And it sounds nice out there too. You've got birds chirping and everything. I love it.
There we go. So I'm just outside. So I was just trying to make sure that I have like
Perfect.
charge.
Perfect.
Okay. All right.
And so we left off where you were saying, ah, the thing that we're all going through, the space where there are lots of expectations for moms, lots of expectations for what we're supposed to be doing. Am I enough? Am I good enough? Am I worried about their food? Was where you left off. What are some of your other concerns? What are some of the other things you've been worried about?
Um, my main concern is like my dad. I grew up and my dad was an alcoholic, and I've struggled with like addiction, and I've overcome like my own struggles, and I've been clean for it'll be 6 years in March. However, I still struggle with them not. Even though my dad was an alcoholic, I knew who my dad was. So I don't like that sometimes that I feel like just because they don't have that male like okay, Miracle's dad, he just came home and he was incarcerated, but he hasn't reached out to her. He hasn't done anything. So my main concern is I don't really care, but I don't want to allow that. I don't want her to feel like that she's missing something from not having like a normal mother father. Like this is who it is, and this is who my dad is. And so I do struggle with that part of is my daughter gonna like be upset because her dad's not around, or is she gonna be upset because yeah, I picked these people at a time in my life when I wasn't the best person. So yeah, I picked these people, but however, now I just want her to know like she's gonna be the most amazing person regardless of where her dad is, of where her of regardless of any of that. I want her to know that she's capable of greatness no matter where her father is right now. So like that's my main thing is like I have a hard time of like letting them know and struggling of is that okay? Like is that okay for them not to miss them and not know like what is going on? How do I break that down to them? How do I explain that to them? Even though that their dad is not here, I feel like I do the best that I can to tell them like no matter what they made bad decisions, but however y'all are still gonna do great things. But it still is not easy for me to um, know how they're feeling because I did know who my dad was, even though my dad was not the best dad. I knew where he was. I knew who he was, and it just I feel bad that my kids don't have that same like bond with their other half.
You know I'm taking notes. You know I'm taking notes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. That space for you has been the toughest space. And I am so proud of you because I know every day you are getting to where you want to be and also trying to do the work. and trying to live life at the same time. And I know that can be hard. I'm curious if there have been any patterns of self sabotage that you may have been noticing.
No, I don't think it's self sabotage. It's more or less of just like feeling the feelings of like, yay, like this is where my kids are at. So it's not like I don't self sabotage because I know like I want them to have more. So it's not like self sabotage. It's more of like hurt for them.
So, are you saying that what may be happening is you're having a hard time experiencing joy because the pain is overriding the joy?
I feel like I'm too empathetic at times. Like it's a double edged sword. Like I'm very empathetic, so I feel like what my kids I may or may not feel, but I don't want to. Um, I don't want to set them up, and I don't know how they're feeling about not having like a dad in their life or whatever. So I feel like I try to. I feel like I take that burden on of feeling their hurt, of feeling like, oh, I'm sorry, like I don't know what that feels like. So I try to like mask them from it.
Okay. All right. In the masking for them, what do you think may feel the most painful right now?
Mm, nothing. It's. I think that we are living through it. Honestly,
Right.
like I feel like I grew up in a lot of silence, so I honestly allow my kids to feel what they feel with um like I said, Miracle's dad just came home and he's been gone since she was born. So she knows that he's home, but he's not made any effort to come and see her or to do anything. It's never anything. So I feel like I do a good job of being honest with them of like this is where we're at, but it doesn't make it easier. It doesn't make it to be like, yeah, this is easy.
No. Well, and I think that that's part of the misconception. I think that the misconception of being at peace is that what you're doing is easy, because being at peace isn't easy. You being honest with them, it's not easy because it's painful, because you're delivering a painful message. And so, what I want to try to do is one is to get you to tap into joy, because joy is the whole entire reason for the human experience. Joy is the entire reason that our brains take joy away. Because what you've told me is that you're in constant thought, and that constant thought is taking your joy.
Yeah, it does. It takes it away from me. Like, oh, and that's what my apparent thing now is. It's just actively being myself to allow myself to be happy. Like that's
Okay.
what I am trying to presently allow myself to breathe, allow myself to be like everything's okay, like your kids are okay, no matter if they have X, Y, and Z, that they're okay.
Okay. So instead of having them be okay, I am going to ask you to have them be joyful. There's no way to gauge okay. Kind of can't gauge it,
No.
but you can gauge joy, right?
Yeah,
So
that's good.
from this date forward, I would just like for you to replace all the words with Are they having joy? Are they having joy? No matter what's happening up here, just go back to joy. Joy, joy, joy. That's going to be your word. I'm going to be texting you every freaking day for the next 30 days, okay? And we're going to tap into joy because that's the only thing your life is missing. And so we're going to start. Is it okay for us to start now?
Mm.
Okay. What I'd like for you to do, and this is the quantum alignment system. This is part of the quantum human design. I'm certified in two different uh, modalities in human design. Quantum human design is a space where I can pull your chart, which I already have Tasha's chart, but we won't work on that today. I'm using her chart to do this EFT session, but we're using the quantum alignment system with EFT. And what that is using her human design chart, her quantum human design chart, and alongside with the quantum alignment system, which is a tapping process through a specific sign. So, based on whatever your human design is. And so, you're going to need both of your hands, Tasha. So, you're going to need to find a place for your phone to sit. And I'm going to get you to just follow me. And I'm going to get you to also repeat after me. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Take your time. We got all day. And so you're going to take one hand, ball it up into a fist. And you're going to take the second hand, take two fingers, and just tap right here, like so. And while you're tapping, I'm just going to get you to repeat after me. But before we do that, I'm going to get you to take a breath. Few more deep breaths, really deep breaths. Right, right. Wonderful. Ooh. One more time, one more deep breath. Repeat after me. Even though
Even though
I feel like I'm not doing enough,
I feel like I'm not doing enough,
I feel like I'm not giving enough,
I feel like I'm not giving enough,
I feel like I can never do enough.
I feel like I could never do enough.
Am I paying enough attention?
Am I paying enough attention?
Is she bringing in too much negativity?
Is she bringing in too much negative energy?
Am I affecting her mental health?
Am I effective? And say it again.
Am I affecting her mental health?
Am I affecting her mental health?
And I deeply and completely
And I give in completely
love and accept
love and acceptance
without criticism or judgment.
without criticism or judgment.
Even though
Even though
I'm always worried as a mom,
I'm always worried as a mom,
I'm always worried about the alcohol and the tendencies.
the alcohol and the dependencies.
I know that I struggle sometimes,
I know that I struggle sometimes,
and I deeply and completely
and I deeply and completely
love and accept myself
love and accept myself
without criticism or judgment.
without criticism or judgment.
Even though we've been through a lot of things,
Even though we've been through a lot of things,
I teach my kids
I'm teaching my kids
They're capable of great.
of greatness.
Even when I'm having a hard time
Even when I'm having a hard time
explaining things
explaining things
because I know it's painful,
because I know it's painful.
I deeply and completely
I deeply and completely
love and accept myself
love and accept myself
without criticism or judgment.
without criticism or judgment.
I want you all to know that if you're watching with us, that you can tap as well. You can repeat some of the same things too. They'll help. All right. What I like for you to do is just take your fingers. I like for you to tap the top of your head, and I'd like for you to open your eyes. Take a deep breath. Keep your eyes open. Tap at the top of your head. Am I enough?
Am I enough? Yes.
And repeat after me. Tap in front of your eyebrow right here. Am I doing enough?
I'm enough.
On the side of your head. Am I doing enough?
Am I doing enough?
Underneath of your nose. Am I doing enough?
Am I doing enough?
On the tip of your chin. Am I doing enough?
Am I doing enough?
On your collarbone. Am I doing enough?
Am I doing enough?
On your bra strap. I am doing enough.
I am doing enough.
Open your eyes. Do you have any water?
No, because my phone's dead.
Okay. Feel you. That's the first time I think I've seen you smile since you've been here today.
Really?
Yeah.
Yay.
While we were tapping, tell me what came up.
Oh crap. Huh? Nothing. Nothing at all.
Did you say nothing came up at all?
No, I'm just pretending like nothing did. Nothing.
So, in this moment, you told me that you grew up in silence. That means, am I taking that to believe that you grew up in a house where you didn't share your feelings?
Oh yeah. Well, it was like it was not like nobody asked. It wasn't like you shared, but it was like nobody asked, and you just were just to be quiet. And if you did, they like it just wasn't a thing.
Understand. And what came up?
Huh?
And what came up when we tapped?
Um, it comes up all the time. That's why I cry all the goddamn times because I cry all the time because I talk to my kids too much because I don't like ever want them to feel like the way I felt, to feel like they had to be quiet. So I just always want like not to be quiet and feel like I'm heard.
And feel like you're heard. Have you been being heard recently?
Yes, more. Absolutely.
What's changed in you so that other people can hear you?
I've set more boundaries to be like, yeah, I'm not gonna allow you to do this, and I don't allow like people that I love to be hurt. So I feel like my mom has reciprocated more from me not just being quiet. Like she sees how much I was hurt. So I think now she starts to protect me more and she doesn't allow me to be hurt. She's like, don't allow people to make you cry. Like, she definitely tries. So my mom's,
So your mom is showing up for you.
yeah, my mom definitely has been showing up and being like, don't allow people to hurt you. And I just don't, I just want to show up for her as well. And it's just like, it's now, it's like you said before, if you could just break from your grandmother down to your mom and to this. So just taking care of my grandmother is a lot because my grandmother, she has a lot of hurt, and she's still definitely hurting, and she doesn't mind hurting other people's feelings. But I feel like me showing my mom the way that she's hurt has showed my mom like, hey, there's more going on. But I just wish that like it was something to help my grandmother break down what she's got going on, because I feel like my and it contaminates the rest of us. Are you there? Are you there? Are you there? Are you there? Hello? Hello? Hello, hello?